Hey, thank you for coming by, Tory Magoo 44. It's been a while. I know I've been bad. I've been up in Washington visiting with John Kimball and just checking out the state and everything. We've had some really fun times. It is a beautiful state. You know, it's an amazing thing, this country. There's some beautiful, beautiful areas in the United States of America. And I think all of us get into our own world and, we're just busy, busy, busy. And it's so, it's so cool to just go out, we used to say, let's go for a road trip. And both of us love that. It's just fun. You get out, you go for a drive, you see new things, go somewhere you haven't gone. Where does this street go? What happens here? I mean, tons of stories I could tell you. Really fun. So anyway, thank you guys for coming by my YouTube site if you have. And I haven't been making that many videos, but today someone had asked me. Usually, if someone asks me about something, I'm willing to talk about it. And someone asked me, how does Scientology feel about politics? Which side are they on? And I also wanted to mention the holidays because people have asked me, do they celebrate holidays and how do they feel about them and things like that. So this is sort of Scientology and politics and the holidays because it's Labor Day weekend this weekend. So my first message to everyone is please stay safe. Drive safely, don't drink and drive, and have fun. Secondly, all right, so politics, Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard was probably more into being a dictator than anything, typical for a cult leader. But if anything, he was on the Republican side of things. And so were Scientologists. We used to get a letter from Craig Jensen telling us, vote for this, don't vote for that, that kind of thing. Because they really do push their group to push in what whoever's going to support Scientology, that's what they're going to vote for. But it's usually, did you see my purple? Okay, just had to point it out in case you missed it. That's just for the end of the summer fun. Um, anyway, that's the way it is. They're pretty much Republicans, and I can't imagine them voting for Donald Trump, but I think a lot of them kind of think of him sort of like L. Ron Hubbard. And Hubbard was kind of a buffoon, frankly, in my opinion, and so is Donald Trump. And I know there's a lot of Donald Trump fans out there. I'm not really a huge fan of Hillary Clinton. I was more of a Bernie supporter, but I can't see Donald Trump running this country. I just can't. It's too scary for me. It's not that I'm for either or, because I'm not really for either one of them, me personally. But we're going to have to see what we're going to have to see. Anyway, main thing on it is do vote. Go out and vote. However you feel, it's fine. Go out and vote. And, that's your right. That's your freedom in this country. All right, so there's that. And then as far as the holidays, does Scientology celebrate the holidays? It's kind of interesting. We moved to Clearwater in 1979. And back then there was a huge war, Stave, Sparkling Clearwater, Stamp Out Scientology. And one of the big things I realized is we didn't even look like a church. You know what I mean? They were trying to act like they were a church, but they're not a church. You know what I mean? They don't have practices for anybody who's new and doesn't understand it. That people don't go to church. They're on course or they're getting auditing, which is like counseling. But they don't go to church. They don't believe in God. They believe in L. Ron Hubbard. That's what they follow. And now probably David Miscavige because he's sort of kind of weeding out Hubbard in his own little way and failing at it miserably. Hubbard was, I will say, he knew how to run the church better than Miscavige does. Miscavige is kind of a Nazi. I mean, he's really a creepy guy. And I personally am amazed at my friends that stay and follow this guy. I mean, if you just look at the statistics of the group, they are so, he can say we're expanding everywhere. Look at all of our big buildings. Yeah, they have big buildings. They do. But go look in the buildings. Is anybody in them? When we were in, it was booming. There were people. People were happy. Stuff was happening. More people. You would meet somebody and say, "Hey, that guy could use X, Y, and Z. Let's get him in." All the time. By the time I left, people were like, nobody got anybody in. The only people that got people in were the FSMs, the field staff members, who are people that get paid 10% of whatever they bring in. So they were mostly, if you think of Scientology like a triangle, they were going after the guys at the top. That was it. Nobody else was bringing new people in because what's 10% of nothing? Nothing, right? So it's a pretty tricky scheme that he's got going, where he's got these people that are public buying buildings that he owns. I mean, what are you thinking? Anyway, as far as holidays, do they really celebrate them? Not really. They do for PR reasons to make it look like they're having a great time on, it used to be all they cared about was, can you come on course on Christmas time, or can you be on course Thanksgiving Day, because a lot of other people were going off to do things. So they were trying to hone people in and like make sure that you're going to be here on course for us. But now they kind of realize, well, wait a minute, we can use this as a PR angle also. Like, look at how great we are, kind of pitched it to everyone. And also, they're always selling stuff at these wonderful events that they have. So that's basically what it's about. Scientologists, if you're in, come on out, man. I mean, most of us that built the Church of Scientology are out. You got to ask yourself why. Why did all these people leave? If all of us are suppressive people, what the hell does that say about the technology that set checked us to death for 7 years? I was on OT7 at the top for 7 years with people saying, did you steal any OT7 materials? I'm like, duh, no, I didn't. Just all these questions on evil things that I might have done, which I didn't. But you know what? If we are so evil, why did you miss it? What the hell does that say? It says it doesn't work, which is exactly what it is. It's a mind control cult. That's all it is. L. Ron Hubbard said, you want to make money, start a religion. And that's exactly what he did. And he's dead. The scavenge is taken over. It's a lot of factual information is on the internet. They will say, don't read the internet. Don't look at the internet. Don't listen to Tory. I say, you don't have to listen to me. All I ask you to do is look at both sides and compare both sides and ask yourself this. If all the critics and ex-Scientologists and never ends and people that are supposed to be so evil, if we all can say, look at both sides, make up your own mind, why can't Scientology? They can't. Because they know if you learn the real truth about it, whoosh, things are definitely going to change. All right. So anyway, there you go. I hope you have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. Stay safe. And there you go. I love you guys. I thank you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.